All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to Season 3 of the American Premier League of Hell Let Loose. I am your host, the Gumo Train, and I have here with me today, Willie Man.
Hey, what's up, everyone?
All right, well, thanks for being here. Today, we're going to be taking a look at the matchup between Bad Intentions, the Old Guard, versus 250HellBees. Really excited about this matchup. Willie Man, why don't you go ahead and tell us a little bit about Bad Intentions and the Old Guard?
Yeah, for sure. Bad Intentions and the Old Guard form a coalition together this season to play, and they actually fought a match last week against First Frogs, and they actually won the first match. So today they're gonna try and win their second match.
Yeah, we'll see how they look out there. 250HellBees also had their first match last week, and they managed to go the distance, but they did lose 4-1. So they fought it out till the end, and we'll see what they can do with us today. In the meantime, looking at this division is Division 3, and right now the division standings are in first place Rangers of the North and Chad's Flare Gun Friends. Chad Stewart's Flare Gun Friends are 2-0 right now. Bad Intentions, the Old Guard, are 1-0 right now, looking for their second fight. 250HellBees went 0-1, and Furious Frogs are 0-2 at the moment. So with that, we'll take a look at our top 10. We've got GBI Dundee with 407 kills. We've got a whole bunch of X's and a Y with 325. Ghana with 307. Robo with 300. That looks to be one of the Chinese players with a 283. Now, we can pretty much assume that these are the artillerymen who are getting these top 10 kills. I don't think there's an infantryman out there right now who's got 407 kills between two matches, but all the same, you can see how effective the artillery can be in these matches.
Oh yeah, for sure.
All right. Looking at the APL rules, we have number 1, protected nodes and munitions, manpower and fuel. Cannot touch the nodes. Number 2, Panthers are banned, Tigers only. So Panthers, they're a little too overpowered with how fast they can move. So they're banned in tournament play. Number 3, single artillery gun. You get one person firing one artillery gun, and you cannot take him out. Hence why we just saw so many kills by the artillerymen. So with that, we will go ahead and head on into the match. All right. Let's see. Center point today is... What's the center point? I see the map real quick. God, that's so small.
Yes.
That's fine. Anyways, starting to get close in, seeing some rockets going back and forth. Yep, some good rocket shots. One of the vehicles goes down. And there's everybody jumping out of the truck. Can't quite say that. It's pretty even numbers right now. Looks like the coalition is spreading out a little more as where the HellBees are a little more concentrated. Some more rockets going back and forth. There's the Luke's taking a rocket shot. Returns fire. Takes out the AT. Some artillery coming down in now. It's kind of looking like the coalition's going to take over this point at the moment. I don't know. What do you think, Willie Man?
Yeah, for now, the coalition definitely has more numbers in play, but keep in mind, folks, that the match here is more than an hour long. So, really, what happens now? Beautiful vehicle kill, by the way. What happens in the first few minutes is important, but it's a situation that can always move.
I agree. I've definitely seen teams take the cap initially, and then the better strategy of the opposing team pushed them out and pushed across the map. So we will see what happens here, but there's definitely some good back and forth going on right now. We're flipping through scenes now. All right, here we go. Looks like they got the Stewart right up in there. We know that Luke's was just on the other side of the hedges past those houses the last we seen it. So I think I just saw some shots there. There goes that explosion is almost certainly the Luke's. That's right where he was. So it's definitely starting to look like the coalition is getting the cap on this.
Yeah, that Luke's really was one of their only hopes to delay a little bit.
Axe. There's something going on with the ticker up at the top. You can't see the progress bar. There's a flare. There's a flare up. Red flare is jerk. Not very good with recon. Some more rockets. More rocket shots coming in. All right. Which scene is being shown right now? Let's see. I got this set up wrong. Real quick. I need you. Can't I put that? Oh, you're monitor number 1 now. Okay. Axe, is there a way to make it so that I can see the ninja? So that I can see what scene you're on? Because I'm... oh, no. Anyways, let's go ahead and take a moment to appreciate the technical difficulties that we all experience and work through. We'll get this right eventually. Bear with us, people. Oh, look at the Stewart. Pushes around behind. That wasn't the truck. What did he get? Oh, and then he goes down. What do we got back here? Gets shot in the back by... Was that the... Is that the Tiger?
Yeah,
that's Tiger.
Does appear to be the Tiger, yeah.
Wow. Well, I didn't quite see what the Stewart got. Hopefully it was worth it. Alright, yep. So the coalition did take the point. There we go, yep. Now we can see the progress bar. I can see, looks like Recon's spotting some OPs maybe. Let's full screen this again so I can see it a little better. And can we, there we go, see the map. Looks like the coalition's now starting to push up north into the buildings so that they can get right up onto the doorstep of the next point.
Yeah, they're trying to set up here a forward defensive as soon as possible to leave as little time as possible for the defenders to actually defend that point.
A lot of spawns in back there. Oh, what was that? Was that the Tiger? Did the Tiger just go down? Let the smoke clear. Can we zoom in on that a little bit? I want to see what that was. Oh, well. Some artillery coming down now. Right on top of that OP. Dude, that's a hot spawn. Don't go there, boys.
Those people are going to have
they got multiple OPs there now then? That looked like another spawn in. Hopefully they can get out of there before that artillery gets them. They're getting a little more spread out now. You see they got some guys up more towards Chapel, and at the same time the HellBees got some guys that are kind of squeezing in between them, between Chapel and oh man, now is not a good time to be drawing blanks on the names of the points. Thrown off. Why did it switch my third monitor to my first monitor?
You love technology until it goes all wrong.
I know.
Face.
Show me the map. That's all I want to see. Zoom in. Just zoom in. Why they changed this so terribly. More sniper shots going on. I guess I'll pull this up on my phone since they won't let you do it on your web browsers anymore. I tried to pull up an image of the map just like for reference, but it won't let you zoom in on it. Oh no, Axe can't hear us. He doesn't know what we're talking about. Yeah, he's not wrong. We're having a rough time. Axe can't. Axe is a little. Our producer's a little cut off from our conversation right now.
Yeah,
we're just working. We're working through this. We promise people this will work eventually. It just we got so focused on that APL Insider show that we didn't have enough time to prepare for this. I'm trying to find something real quick over here. Willie Man, why don't you go ahead and just tell the people what we're seeing right now?
Yeah.
How do you think the next few minutes are gonna go?
I mean, right now the biggest obstacles for both sides are those massive open fields. Right now, those area are called mostly by people that play the game. Those are called kill zones because there's no cover once you start crossing that field. You have to run as fast as possible to get past that massive kill zone, and right now that's kind of what both sides are doing. They're sitting up on both sides of fields, and they're just waiting for someone to cross inside of their sides.
Right, patience. That's like one of the biggest differences between tournament play and public matches is that people actually exercise a lot of patience in these matches. You don't get as many people just running across open fields. And it's beautiful to see. Beautiful to see the good tactics.
It's completely bad flare. That's gonna try and locate the defenders to wipe them out. And that is a bombing run.
Yeah, bombing run coming down on the Grand. Bombing run coming down on the Grand. I don't really see a lot of coalition forces in close capable of capitalizing on that.
No,
it seemed like a little bit of a premature bombing run, but
yeah, I think the defenders did a really good job at pushing off the coalition attacking forces there.
All right, let's see. What are we looking at here? Let's do this. Where am I? Yeah, make sure I got my mouse pointer on the right screen. That's what I want to do. I want to be watching Axe. Hold on. The stream you're viewing currently has reduced quality. That's not good. Alright, back at Win 7, you can see that the HellBees are kind of pushing it a little bit. They've got some artillery smoke coming down, trying to cover their approach. Looks like there is also some coalition artillery coming down at the same time. All the artillery for both teams concentrated in one spot. A lot of a number of coalition forces falling back into this defense. And it's really looking like this attack is stopped before it even has a chance to get any momentum. Gonna look at Recon. Looks like he is somewhere over by down in the south.
Yeah.
Down by drowned fields. He's somewhere down there, looking at the ground.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what he's looking for.
I don't know. Maybe he's listening to footsteps right now. He was listening to footsteps.
Exactly what he was doing, yeah.
Yeah. So you look at the ground and you kind of rotate a little bit so that you can hear the footsteps. You know, switch sides in your headset. You can get a feel for which direction they're coming from. You'd be surprised how many people scream cheater when you do that. He knew I was coming. Of course I knew you were coming. I heard you.
Yeah, and footsteps in that game are not what I could call quiet.
No, you can. It's really difficult to sneak. In fact, I get very frustrated when I get hit with a shovel because how did I not hear that guy coming?
Yes.
All right. Looks like they've pushed the HellBees out in a way back towards the west, towards Drowned Fields. So there's another flare going up. That's the American flare, green. So they're getting a feel of what attacking forces are coming in. That's a clear flare. They're not going to see anything. HellBees are actually a little further south, but I see some tank rounds and some artillery coming in on them. So they're really having a hard time establishing any kind of build-up before an attack.
Yeah, and in this game, building up before attacking is really important.
Right, because you're guaranteed to take casualties, and you need to have enough guys that make it through.
Exactly.
They need to be able to establish a full foothold and survive long enough for, you know, supplementary waves to come in and support them. Recon finally gets found down by Drowned Fields and taken out. Alright, back to the map. Looks like they've got some garrisons established right in front of Legrand. Just one at the moment. There, that was Recon's OP. That was Recon's OP. I thought we were looking back at the main map again, but we're still watching Recon. Recon spawning in. Looks like he's gonna go help get some pressure on Legrand, so might be a little shift in strategy here. Maybe they're starting to get a little more aggressive. Oh, so we're looking back at the intersection back here over by Win 7, just to the west of Win 7. All right, following along with Recon here for a minute. Just working on a few technical difficulties. We're just gonna follow along with Recon here for a minute and see if he can get some kills. Kind of sneaking around through the brush. Can't quite tell exactly where he is. I think he's down by Drowned Fields again. Just based off of, you know, the open areas and the waterways. Hey, he goes down again. I think he's working his way south there. I know he spawned in up there by Legrand, so.
Yeah, I think he saw something over there that he really wants to either go take out or camp at some specific spot. I don't know what he saw over there, but he's really determined to go back over there.
He's definitely, I mean, he's getting hit, he's getting shot, so he's definitely running into something hot. I don't know if maybe he's trying to help stop some movement of his own. All right, there. Okay, now we're back on the overhead view now. They got a little bit of encirclement going on there at Legrand, but there's still a lot of forces in the point for the HellBees, so they didn't really have a lot. I couldn't quite tell if they were squad leaders or not. See, so it wasn't squad leaders that pushed out and around, so they're kind of encircling and getting pressure all around them, but the HellBees still have a firm hold at Legrand. I mean, they're also taking casualties, and it does look like the coalition forces are starting to get a lot closer. It kind of looks like BNT TOG. They're really keeping the pressure on up here while defending well. Last time we were back at Win 7, we seen that they had pushed them all the way out to the west. So unless the HellBees can get some sort of infiltration out and around behind, you know, get them, shift all the way up to the north and get out and around behind the coalition forces without being seen. And even that, there's only that one house to the northeast of Win 7 where you can really get in close and get OP set up. Otherwise, it's just wide open all the way into Win 7. Some rockets going off over there. Just some infantry fighting. What Okay, we're gonna switch back to recon here again. Oh, he's getting some kills. Getting some kills. Axe, you still can't hear us, can you? Can Axe hear us? Can you just give me like a quick, when you're gonna change the scene, just be like changing scene, so that yeah. That way I can finish my sentence, and
Yes.
it's fine, buddy. I'm not worried about it. I'll do the best I can for you tonight, and we'll get it next week. I mean, you're doing all the work, man. I'm just over here watching a screen and narrating what I'm seeing and speculating what I think is going to happen. So, yeah, back at Win 7, we're seeing some artillery come down now, and
a little bit of forces coming into point, but nothing too major right now.
Yeah, they're trying to. It looks like the coalition's actually pushing out to the west, trying to take hold of that intersection just to the northwest of Win 7. So, HellBees are really getting pushed back. They're having a hard time holding their lines, holding their sectors. And I mean, possibly there's something going on that we're not seeing. Maybe there's a squad or two that is flanking, like I just said. But as for a general line right now, it just seems like they're taking a lot of heat and just getting slowly pushed back.
Like they're actually smoking the point right now, so maybe they're gonna push the point right now.
Yeah, I do see those smokes. See some more rockets going back and forth. Just let's see. We are looking. Okay, we're looking west. Yeah, no.
We're looking east.
Yeah. I got all disoriented here for a second. I see what happened. That's right. We're at the chapel, looking south right now. We are looking south. I thought we were over top of LeGrand again for a second, but we weren't. Anyways, yeah, so... Yeah, back down there, so to the northwest is what we're looking at right now. That's that intersection northwest of Win 7. And artillery coming down on them now. They're taking some heavy casualties from that artillery. Coalition forces kind of pushing up in there, getting close, but they don't want to push into their artillery, so... You can see a couple of their guys are now swinging further west, getting into the trenches, getting around those HellBee forces there in that building. They might be able to clear this out. It's going to come down to marksmanship here maybe, but that artillery is just making things real uncomfortable for the HellBees.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see a defensive from that position right now.
Yep, so switching to looking from the other side, you can see that there's a lot of coalition forces moving this way. It looks like they really want to just clear them out of here and just completely secure the defensive point.
Yeah, because once that point is completely secure, they can focus all their attention towards attacking once again.
Agreed. And if they could even slightly start that cap without the HellBees having something in place to attack, they could take all of the pressure off the defensive point and then effectively be able to 100% commit to the attack. Maybe not 100%. You always want to leave something back, but you know what I mean.
I'm going to say truck.
Basically, you can see him getting some shots off into the windows of the buildings, taking away HellBees' high ground vision away by him being in those buildings. So, gotta keep him on the move, though. You know, the Greyhounds and the Pumas, they're so fragile. You can't let anybody get anywhere near it. You gotta keep them moving.
Where they can recon for a brief second where the positions are, so they are quite vital in defense situation.
Yes, that's just one more flare for you.
And here we have the Tiger. He gets one shot back, one shot into the trap. That Tiger right there is in a bad situation, but he's still alive.
Yes, both of his rockets are expended now, so they don't, unless another AT comes up, they're not going to be able to get this kill. Looks like he's just running. Oh, did he just burn an OP? Looks like he might have burned an OP for a second there. Gets shot in the back by the tank crew, and the tank crew goes down. Did that look like a hit? Is that the Greyhound?
That wasn't me.
No, there's rounds coming in.
I can get that.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh.
One shot at this. If he misses, he is likely to go down.
Oh, we do know that one of the tank crews did die. He's approaching it from the wrong angle. I think if he'd have gone around that hedge, it would have worked a lot better. Did he get through right there?
The Tiger sees it.
Oh no, he's done. He's done. Boom. Looked like he tried to get a shot off last second. Tiger's still up. That's a... Oh.
The Tiger just... Okay, there we go.
Oh, okay.
Down.
The Tiger goes down from the AT, but from that odd point of view, it just kind of glitched out.
Yeah, just it's very out of existence. But yeah, the AT did finally get that Tiger.
We'll admit, this game has its quirks and glitches, but for how big it is and how many moving parts there are, it's not bad.
Yes, and here we have a tank duel between the 76 and the Tiger.
Yes, we do. That Tiger's already wounded. We got two 76s.
Yeah, is that 276 or 76?
That is sure.
There's 176.
Those are two 76s. 276s. He pulls up, blocks the 76. Does not quite cover completely. The Tiger gets him.
Yeah, and right now the Tiger is wounded, but
I wonder, was that a solo 76? He took a long time to take that shot.
Maybe he had an
He's
HE.
not.
Maybe he had an HE loaded, or his... I don't know.
I don't know. I'm just a little surprised. I really thought that he was going to save the first 76 by just going in there and killing the wounded Tiger.
Yeah, but I mean, still a great play from the Tiger. He almost, he had shot at the 76. This is
so close to getting both of those 76s.
Yep. And also, one really great thing about the Tiger's is that almost nothing can penetrate its armor.
Agreed. That's why I always say, if you're in a 76 going against a Tiger, you absolutely have to get the first shot off, because if they get the first shot off, that you're in panic mode now, knowing that the Tiger got the first shot off and you have to be perfect.
Yep. And looks like the 76 just lost more.
It would probably be in his best interest to back off, which he looks like he's doing. So, gotta save that tank. They need that tank after losing with the 176. They just have the one tank now defending for win 7. Doesn't look like they really have a lot of pressure on going on in the Grand. So at the moment, HellBees are really kind of dictating the flow of the battle a little bit. It's just a little spread out, I think, is it. There's no real build-up anywhere at the moment.
Right now, it might seem like kind of boring, but these, I'm going to say, quiet phases are really important in dictating what the match is going to look like.
Oh, absolutely. When it gets quiet like this, that's both teams are changing tactics. They're deciding to make a new play. You can see, we just saw coalition forces are pushing south into the HellBees attackers again, trying to clear them out. They still got some stuff going on up here. They got one guy swinging down the road west. That's a squad leader, yes? Yeah, just saw a spawn in. There's an OP or something down there. That's
Can we go back to that actually? Axe, can we switch back? And here we have a Panzer IV. I didn't even saw it. But
I didn't either.
The HellBees actually have another tank at the front.
The HellBees are actually doing fairly well with their tanks. They, they're being kind of cautious with them, but they're moving them into position and not taking too heavy casualties. Like I said, that Tiger did phenomenal, and now they've got a P4 right up in there, ready to take its place. Keep the pressure on. All right, let's go ahead and switch over. Here's some fighting going on. A little bit of close-in infantry action. There's a spawn-in right there. He might get that OP if he gets a little closer. He takes him out, gets the OP.
But the squad lead is still alive, and he made that squad lead right there made the correct decision of running away.
All right. Yep. All right, back to the P4. AT's about to get a second rocket in the backside. Gets him. Does not take out the P4.
No,
I don't know if that was his first or second rocket.
It was his first.
Then the P4 goes down, and the crewman goes down. Nice. Well done by Coalition.
Yeah, I mean, realistically, even if that crewman got the AT, there's nothing else he could have done.
He would have had to get him before he killed the tank. All right. So, yeah. Apologize to everybody, to the few technical difficulties we've been having. This is kind of new for all of us. We've just getting to know, working together with each other and getting to know each other. And so hopefully in the future we can get all these technical difficulties taken out for you and have a nice, smooth stream for you.
Yeah. I mean, we need to experience every difficulties once before we can fix them all.
Exactly. You don't know what's going to go wrong until it happens.
Yes. And was that a rocket or a flare? I couldn't tell. But
I think it was a rocket. I do see some artillery going off over there, so HellBees are kind of pushing Coalition's forces away from the Grand. There's a fighting going on the main road, but the Coalition's taking some casualties. They do have some guys infiltrating a little bit further south in the hedgerows. Switching to POV, we can just take a look at what it's like there at that part of the battlefield. There's just, bits of cover here and there, and then wide open spaces between the hedgerows. So can be fairly easy to keep avenues of approach covered. Nice shooting there. Nice fast shooting.
Yeah, very tight grouping as well.
Yeah, oh yes, good control. Oh, and he goes down.
Well done, Chris.
Yeah. Nice shooting by Chris JT. Alright, sounds like there's a tank engagement going on. Let's go ahead and take a look at that. Ooh, Tiger went down. I just heard Tiger went down.
Yeah, so it looks like the second tank went down as well.
Yeah, was that the P4? Tiger and Puma just went down.
So
that's gonna hurt the HellBees. See, I shouldn't have said anything. I praised their tank gameplay and I jinxed them.
And look, can we just stay on the map?
Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at the map.
If we look at the map, you can see that Coalition has two heavy tanks there. That's why those two, the Tiger and Panther, and Puma,
pushing their defensive tanks forward a little bit in order to take out the HellBees attacking tanks.
But yeah, and also the Coalition has a really nice line going up all the way to Legrand here for both defending and attacking.
Some decent garrison placements. Yeah, they're nice and spread out, good vision, good map control. Of course, obviously we can't see the HellBees garrisons, but we can assume that they probably have something similar going on.
For right now, the battle is mostly going to be back and forth between the two teams.
We're just going to take a look at right in front of us right now. Did you just see HellBees had a supply drop come down, and we can see Coalition forces are right on top of it. I think he's taking that out right now. So yep, there it goes. Don't think they got anything built with that. So that means that was likely for their garrison, their attacking garrison down here. I think they just lost their main attacking garrison that was by Drowned Fields. Still seeing some back and forth going on. They're pushing hard towards this. Not a whole lot of coalition forces here. Is that just a couple of guys stopping them?
Yeah, so right now, Okay, so here is the overhead view, a more, I'm gonna say, more global approach here from from a bird's eye view, going westward towards the front.
Is that a Stewart or a Greyhound coming in?
I think that's a Stewart. It's so small, it's hard to see.
Yeah, it's hard to see, but it looked like a Stewart swinging around towards the Grand. I think he's going to hit that main road. They actually have a number of guys close to the circle. So maybe that Stewart's planning on pushing in and supporting that infantry and seeing if they can get some hard pressure into the hard cap.
Yeah, so here looks like Coalition actually decided to go on the offensive here.
Yeah, he's pulling in. He's going to do some keyhole shots through that building. It's good positioning. Good job protecting his tank from the front. You don't know what they have in there. Stewart is getting flanked by the moves, I hear, so they are aware that the Stewart is there. Alright, we're going to go ahead and go first person with recon. The Stewart is to his left. Where's the Lukes? I just heard a Luke. No, that was the Stewart. Oh, so I haven't heard the Lukes. Alright, let's go ahead and see if we can take a look at what's going on with the tanks. Alright, so now we have, there's the Lukes.
And that Stewart is
There's the Stewart. So the Stewart's moving. He's pushing up.
yeah,
I don't know if he was made aware. He was probably made aware of the Lukes and decided to reposition.
really that big of a threat for Stewarts. So maybe he decided to just ignore the loot and decided to go into infantry kill.
Could be. It could be. I mean, they do have some guys right up in the hard cap now, so.
And the Stewart just took down 2 apiece. I think he just decided, fuck it, I'm gonna go ahead and just drop their shit.
Yep, you can hear the machine guns going off. Recon's getting himself in hot here. The overhead view.
And the Stewart goes down.
Stewart goes down. Didn't quite see what got him. Was it AT?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, we can see it right there.
All right. Well, that was some good rocket work there then.
That
Do you
is
see a
the-
flare up right now for the Americans? So they are aware of how many HellBees are now in the point flying back in to stop them. It's pretty back and forth though. They just got to spawn in on OPs. Casualties being taken on both sides. Artillery coming down right where the coalition forces are attacking.
That's a tank.
It's not. Is that a tank? You're right. That tank fire is coming from somewhere from the south.
Yeah, I think
Oh, is that him right there? Yeah, he's right there from the west. Or east, I mean, sorry. That's the bombing run. That's a good bombing run. That hit a number of guys.
I'm sure if it was.
I believe that was coalition, just because it killed, not only because it killed mostly HellBees, but also right as that bombing run went through, a spawn of coalition forces came in.
And there's a 76 that was shooting on point. He's right there near
Yeah.
the point. And
Got in there. He's now covering the airhead that just came down. So that airhead, in theory, should get some spawn-ins being covered by that 76, unless, did that rocket get the airhead?
I think it just missed.
They're definitely aware of it. I mean, of course, they saw the parachute, but they know exactly where it landed. Yeah, it definitely missed. It hit more by that tree. You can still see it there on the ground. That spawn-in should be coming in the next 10 seconds or so. There it is.
There it is. Only 3 people spawned. 1 died to main, 2 flashback point. But that did the investigate first.
Yeah, that's 2 squad leaders though. Okay, here comes the counter bombing run. Yep, counter bombing run from HellBees. That won't take out the airhead though. Airheads are not destroyed by bombing runs. And it also did not hit the 76. Some rockets, some long-range rockets coming in. Some artillery coming down, or was that a tank? I think that was a tank round. Shifting back down towards Win 7. We're looking at drowned fields right now. And looks like the HellBees are establishing themselves here, getting ready to push back to the east, try and reestablish their original attacking positions.
Yeah.
Very pushed out, though. I mean, the coalition forces took control of that entire intersection. You can see one infiltrator up there by the intersection, but the coalition has completely pushed the HellBees away down here on the south edge of the map.
With so many coalition attacking point, I think HellBees saw their chances to try and sneak around a bit.
Yeah, the fight has definitely been up in La Grande for the last several minutes. And even right now the ticker is contested. So it's just, there's a lot of back and forth going on at La Grande. Nice shot by Recon. There's a tank fight going on in La Grande. Let's see what kind of tanks are we dealing with here. We know the 76 is there. What are the Germans running?
Hey, that's a good P4 attack.
The P4 up against 76, so...
P4 can still penetrate the 76 armor, but one good shot from 76 in the bottom.
Yes, absolutely. I would definitely... I mean, I would say this is a more of an even fight than a Sherman versus a Tiger.
Right there.
Yes, I see the shadow. I can see the movement.
He just went behind some hedgerow. I didn't saw if it was a 7.
I think that's another 76. I think they're trying to get a sight on that P4. Hey, he's just got himself kind of sitting in that creek bed. Infantry, I can't see which direction that infantry pushing. I don't know if they're trying to go down, push down and take out that E4, but the fighting is definitely starting to get a lot closer in. Getting a little more desperate. Both sides. You know, the coalition wants to maintain their foothold right in the front door of the Grand, and obviously the HellBees want them to not be there. Get off my lawn!
Exactly. So that
Alright,
P4
P4 is starting to push up. Yep. Here
Here
we go. Let's see if he can get. Oh, takes a hit. Does not get one-shotted though. Rockets coming into the side.
You saw how he simply turned to the left. That is
Yeah, I see him slowing down. He's comes to a stop. Moving a little bit, and he's gone. He's taken out by the 18.
76.
Oh, at the same time, 76 is taking some rocket shots from the rear, though. 2.
His engine appears to be dead.
Got his crew jumping out for repair. Yep. He's out of rockets, but he is still there. The crew, he did not get the crew member who's repairing. Pushed up.
He still pinned the 76 for his squad lead and say, for example,
You're absolutely right. Had they realized that their engine was destroyed immediately, they had plenty of time to drop a precision. As it stands, they may yet do that.
I would love to hear the Stuka dive.
I know, I'm listening for it, hearing that plane coming. They do have a couple of infantrymen pushing into LeGrand. They got a couple guys pushed all the way through LeGrand. Oh, he went down, but LB's getting some infantry in. I don't think that precision's coming down. I think they're going to get a repair on that 76. What is he engaging?
I think he's shooting.
Okay, okay. I didn't know. Maybe that was a... Yeah. Alright, 76 is back up, so he'll probably start getting his pressure back onto LeGrand to help these infantry out. There's a Tiger pushing up.
Tiger here is the one we were just talking about. He's slowly pushing, making his way. He's being very careful right now because we can. They know for a fact there's a 76 up there. So right now they're just looking for
it's the precision strike. Swing and a miss with the precision. So they did not get the 76 with the precision strike. They took just a little bit too long. I think this Tiger has now been spotted by coalition forces. Maybe not visually, but I'm sure he can hear it.
Yeah, and
At win 7, there's a little bit of back and forth going on.
it looks like one squad from HellBees is running. If I look at the head count, I think there might be 2 squads.
HellBees is trying to take back control of the intersection just to the northwest of win 7. So we'll see. I mean, we can see how this develops. At the moment, the numbers are fairly close. There's a little bit more for the HellBees. You can see coalition forces moving up in that direction, though. Some artillery smoke coming down, probably for the HellBees. Supplies coming down. Looks like they're getting ready to reestablish their garrison. That strikes me as an kind of unusual supply drop, but I guess I don't. They might have their. If they have their main garrison far enough away, they can then get one forward there, right on the edge, towards the edge of the blue. HellBees definitely saw that drop though, so they'll know that they're building something. Yeah, there's a little bit of tank fighting going on. Just saw ricochets coming off. Is that a 76? Tigers? Yep, Tigers trying to get some shots on him.
Yeah. It's the same fight that we saw a little bit earlier. It's that same 76 that took down the D4.
It is.
The Tiger that just moved in to take that D4's place.
Oh. Right.
And we just learned that both teams right now are fighting for the first win of the season. HellBees lost their first matches, but are desperately fighting to win.
Sounds like we just missed out on some good action.
Yeah, it looks like there's a second target.
So, based off of the stats that I'm seeing here now, Coalition actually won their first match. They beat the Furious Frogs 5-0 in 41 minutes, as opposed to the HellBees, who went up against Merciless, went the distance, but did lose 4-1. So. Back. Win 7. I see some flares going up. We are actually looking at the backside of Win 7 on the east side. So there was a little bit of infiltration that made it all the way out and around. The HellBees did get some guys around. I don't see anything anymore, so it seems like this did get discovered and cleaned up by Coalition.
Yeah, right now, Coalition seems to be dictating the pace of the game.
Very much so. They seem to be taking their time, but kind of picking their enemies apart. You know, they're choosing their positions slowly and carefully, and then being very patient and waiting for people to come into their sectors of fire. You know, shifting defensively, they're only shifting around 1 or 2 guys at a time. You can see moving. Other guys are holding their sectors, and that's the way to do it. Shoot and move. We got 2 Tigers advancing on the 76 right now. They have been spotted by that flare, so they will be aware that there's 2 tanks there.
But I mean, two Tigers is a force to be reckoned with. You do not want to engage them head on, that's for sure.
No, you don't want to. You want to do what TL did in the first week, where they flanked them with a Stuart and killed one of them, and then killed the second with a precision strike. It was one of the most amazing things I've ever seen, honestly.
Yeah, yes, Stuarts are often underestimated by most people.
Right, you assume that they're harmless. Ooh. One of the Tigers just went down. Getting a little bit of pressure on the cap now. Starting to swing towards Coalition.
I don't know what that second Tiger is doing back there.
Yeah, I don't know if he's just hanging back and trying to play defensively. It's possible. I'm hearing he was repairing. The 76 is also damaged, but these tanks are showing each other the respect and staying back, playing both defensively and aggressively at the same time, picking and choosing their moments. The 76 in particular. Is this still that same 76 from earlier? Here we go. We're going to see those rockets coming in onto the 76. Oh, this is American.
No, that's American Axoc.
He thought he was going after the Tiger. Did he get... Is that... 76 just went down. We did manage to catch that from the Tiger's point of view, so that was pretty cool to see.
Yep. So that means that right now, that Tiger should be a little bit more freely now.
Right, and he should, because they are absolutely capping right now. They need that Tiger's cap strength in the point.
Yes,
Tested.
They need to get everything.
Right, they need to push the Coalition out of the point before they can get a couple OPs up and establish themselves.
Yeah, exactly. Right now, time is of the essence for...
Absolutely.
As we approach the 1 mark here,
Beat me to it. I was about to comment on the time. Alright. Sounds like the garrison on the Grand just went down, so there is no longer a garrison for the HellBees. That's gonna be... Yes, that means they're relying entirely on OPs and long-distance garrisons. They need to hold strong here. Marksmanship.
Every man needs to kill at least 2 people before going down.
Absolutely. They're 100% reliant on marksmanship and maybe shoving that Tiger into the point if they have to.
Looks like that Tiger actually is moving as you say that. I think that Tiger is now inside the cap zone.
Okay, he is taking some rocket shots. It is smart that he's moving. He was stationary for a long time. You don't want to get precision striked. He's taking some more rockets. I think just lost his engine. He's stationary now. Got crewmen out. Shooting his... Says, yeah, that's the commander. He's probably got submachine gun, but 2 crewmen out now, trying desperately to save their tank. They need this Tiger. Taking a quick look over at Win 7 to make sure everything's still under control. Looks like Coalition Forces has the HellBees pushed out pretty good. They do have some garrison markers up and some infantry markers, so they're not just sitting back and waiting patiently. They are being aggressive with their defense, hunting out the enemy attackers. Back at LeGrand, the Tiger does go down. Infantry flooding into the point. We're getting close. We're up to about a third cap now. There's still a few HellBees close in.
Yeah, and the
Looks like HellBees did get a new garrison. Yep.
Yeah, we can see
Yep.
it. Right side of the screen.
Trying really hard to bring more defenders back in. About half cap now. They can get a good spawn in. They can stop this. There's the first spawn wave in. That's not enough to stop this capture. They're already taking casualties. Coalition forces can see that garrison. Bombing run. There's the bombing run. That's definitely a HellBees bombing run. Trying to push Coalition forces out and save that garrison.
Contested for a second. It is contested right now.
Yes, it's flickering. If Coalition forces can get a couple of OP spawns in and keep this pressure up, it's flickering. It's so back and forth, very close right now. You can see a 76 pushing up.
76 has its back.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he's shooting. I don't know. What's he shooting at? There's a P4 behind him. He's got a P4 trying to get in behind him from the rear. Oh, he's stuck in the creek. But he's getting...
Well, not the 76. The 76 doesn't have an angle.
Oh, he's hitting the fence. He's hitting that embankment right there between them. He's taking hits from that P4. This is going to make a big difference. P4 goes down. 76 is wounded, but he wins the tank battle. This is gonna change how this capture goes. You can see the HellBees has gotten a lot of their infantry pulled back now.
Yeah, so right now the point went back inside of the point is now back inside HellBees' hands.
Like they're getting a satchel on the 76. He's pretty wounded. He was out. Hits him. Looks like he's gonna spot that. But it doesn't matter. Here comes the counter bombing run from the Coalition. They probably got that garrison.
Yeah, I think right now she has more members there.
Yeah, there's a lot of HellBees here, but the Coalition has a nice little wraparound going there, and they got that one guy off to the west calling out those spawn-ins by the garrison. Close in, a little bit of the POV style fighting from the infantry here. Things are getting real desperate here in the fort, and the point is starting to fluctuate again. Lots of reinforcements for HellBees pushing in, dropping supplies, getting garrisons back up. You got another Tiger coming in. Got another Tiger coming in.
Send squad ahead to attack the mill point.
Are they overextended though? The HellBees are starting to capture Win 7. Both of the capture points are fluctuating a little bit. Got a bit of a cap race going on. We'll see. Playing a little game of chicken of who falls back for defense first.
I think right now, actually, the HellBees are winning.
They are absolutely winning this cap race right now. They don't have a lot of guys in the point though. It looks like it's just a single squad and maybe recon. Hard to say what all they have there, but
just had a big wave.
Yep, did have a big wave spawn in. They are also capping LeGrand again now, so this cap race kind of shifting back and forth. Now it looks like Coalition forces are winning the cap race at LeGrand. Let's go ahead and take a look back at LeGrand. Looks like they're trying to get that 76 in position to deal with that Tiger. The Tiger has been called out.
screen we have the Tiger, and at the bottom we have.
This is 76. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, we have a very wounded at WN7.
We do indeed. He's looking pretty rough right now. He's holding strong on the point, though, keeping his cap weight there as long as he can. There's really not a lot of either teams here. It looks like things are kind of. I mean, I see that. I'm watching the progress bar up top, and I can see that they have Legrand about half capped, and so I'm guessing that a lot of the HellBees are falling back for that right about now. It's going back down. They're pulling it back, but it's got to be a very scary feeling for them right now. They're struggling to keep them from advancing that progress bar.
Yeah, there's no one left on WN7 right now. Everyone is focusing only on the ground.
Yes, yeah, almost 100% of the fight's going on. You got some artillery rounds coming in on these spawn-ins, coming in right on the 76. Now here you can see that 76 looking a little lonely right now. HellBees, massive wave of infantry flooding in. The Tiger's starting to push forward. Did, but yeah, is he nope. They spotted the infantry in front of him, managed to take it out. He's keeping the pressure on right from that little spot, keeping him from really getting into the circle. He could get a couple of waves of infantry up behind him. They could be in trouble.
Yeah, I don't know if this Tiger and 76 actually see each other, but we are so close to one another. There's only that house in between them.
They're right on top of each other. That Tiger swings around a little further out to the right. Here comes the flare from the Germans. They're going to know right where he is.
And first shot
there was a yep, he gets a hit. I don't think he took a shot in return. There was a hit.
Yeah, I think. Yeah,
you guys are
6 is badly injured, and so is the Tiger.
Oh, and there it is.
Yeah, Tiger win that take engagement.
Starting to get a little bit. Even though the Tiger killed the 76, they're still starting to capture a little bit. So the tank battle went their way, but the infantry fight did not.
Yeah, as you can see here, we have only the Tigers left.
The garrison is like right below us. Big explosion from the artillery there. Yeah, you can see that the coalition forces they know where the garrison is, and they're trying to get their guys down there to destroy it. They could honestly. Let's see what they got going on right up here in the point. Artillery coming down. Looks like he's trying to flank out wide a little bit. You know, just run through that artillery. Here's the Tiger hanging back, getting repaired, shooting into the point from 50 so meters up back. Infantry getting close in on top of each other now. Those HellBees, there's only a few infantrymen. What was that? What just blew up? There goes the Tiger. No, I don't think that was the Tiger. The Tiger's right there. Is that a repair station? Or a truck? Repair station just went up. Okay. The Tiger's still holding strong, but he's just got a handful of infantry with it. I don't know if they're going for the Tiger or if they're going for the garrison. Looks like they've decided to change their strategy a little bit. Instead of going for the point, they're pushing straight through it, going for the garrison and for the Tiger.
The Tiger is repaired now, and he's actually moving forward.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to push up. He's got a lot of infantry right behind him, so he's probably feeling a little confident right now. His rear and flanks are pretty covered by rifle fire. pushes him right into the center of the circle. They've had enough of this fluctuation. They want to hold this point. Big arty hit comes down, taking out a bunch of coalition forces. Comes first tiger on the Grand just went down. You can see the explosion in the distance, but they've already got another tiger pushing up to take his place. You just see the ping went down before we changed camera view. You can see that it was marked. They're aware that a second tiger is coming up. They know the garrison's there. That's also marked. They're trying desperately to get that taken out. Getting a little spread out, but there's still a lot of pressure going on here at the Grand. Take a look at some first-person view, a little bit of the combat action going on. The garrison at La Grande was just destroyed. And we got to see it from the first-person view at the same time. The garrison goes down at La Grande. They got it a little over half cap now. This is looking really scary for the HellBees. See that other tiger coming. Yeah, they've got this thing almost 3/4 of the way capped. They need to shove that tiger into the point right now. I know you don't want to lose it, but tiger is possibly satcheled. There was an AT on him for a second. Don't think he was there long enough. I don't think he was there long enough. See the crew jumping out and checking. Looks like he's clear. And here comes the cap though. They don't think they're gonna pull it back, and there it is. Okay, 76 is pushing up, trying to deal with that tiger. Coalition forces are now doing what they can to secure Le Grand to make sure that it doesn't get taken back.
Yes, that is not John Fields, but...
Oh. But at the same time, Hawk, you made me feel a little better about my screw-up with the overlays. I don't feel so bad now. Alright, which point are we going to right now? What is the fourth capture point? Okay, we got Flooded House and Le Grand. So, those 2 points very close into each other. This is going to make the combat become very aggressive, at least initially. You know, the 2 points so close to each other, you get your garrisons up and down the line, and, you know, unless you're making wide flanks, you're really going to see a good solid fighting line be established. There's now 276s at Le Grand, and it looks like Coalition's holding strong.
And right now, for HellBees to actually win this game, they need to capture 2 points now. They need to capture Le Grand and 7.
That is, it's not just easier said than done. You gotta factor in morale here. It's very discouraging, especially when there's only 20 minutes left on the match, and now instead of recapping the mid, you've lost your 4th point. It's, you know, it sometimes can be difficult to rally your troops, get them refocused on the next objective, and pushing back out.
Yeah, exactly. So
Something, yep. Sounds like 76 just took out a tiger up there just north of the Flooded. So you can see the line is starting to be established here between the hedgerows. Over here in the east, you can see the coalition forces establishing themselves up and down these hedgerows. Across the open areas, you can see the HellBees trying to just funnel up this main road because it's really hard to get across those open areas.
yeah, exactly. And right now, I'm not seeing a whole lot of HellBees. I don't know where most of their games are at now.
I wonder if they are trying to set themselves up on the flanks. It's possible that just didn't have new garrisons prepared for that capture. So maybe they're all being funneled, or maybe they're coming in on HQs and spreading out again. It's possible. Here planes going over. Let's see, what do we got? That's the recon. Look at these beautiful maps in Hell Let Loose. If you haven't played Hell Let Loose already, you want to. I promise. This game is awesome.
Very immersive as well.
Okay, you see the 76 is now pushing up into where the battle line is at that hedgerow. It's going to start getting a flank fire on that main avenue approach for the HellBees. They're not going to be able to push across that road unless that 76 gets here. It's also covering for the infantry, the counter infantry from coalition forces pushing up that same road.
They also have the same
Yes, they do. There it is. You can see them shooting right down the road. That's going to make it incredibly difficult for the HellBees to keep coalition forces from using that approach. Swinging a miss from the precision strike from the Germans.
Precision strike as well. I mean, it did hit the 76, just not destroyed.
That's unfortunate for them too. They not a lot of luck with those precision strikes. Granted, they can be hard to get. It's a very brief window of catching a tank sitting still. Most of these tank crews are pretty experienced. They know better than to sit still and wait for the precision strike. Taking a look from Recon's point of view, not seeing a lot of movement. He's holding a couple of different sectors here by these hedgerows, making sure that HellBees cannot use these shooting positions. You can see some tank rounds going back and forth across his vision. Gets shot in the back, turned his back at the wrong moment.
15 minutes now. It looks like the HellBees are going to have a hard time pushing back into the ground here.
I agree. You can really see, if you look at the map, you can see that the coalition forces are establishing a nice strong line up and down those hedgerows. Mostly in the north, but a little bit in the south, just making sure that every sector is being covered, either with shooters or with OPs, making sure that there's nowhere for the HellBees to slip through. Go ahead and take a look back at what's going on in the action, but yeah, you can see some coalition now pushing up past the glider right into the front.
Yeah, coalition is slowly inching their way forward towards the last point, flooded the house.
Yeah, there is a number of HellBees there in the point, but it's I don't know. They're spread out a little bit in the north. It looks like there actually is the fighting is starting to break out more towards the north. No, that doesn't surprise me. So with Win 4 being the middle point, you would think that you would build your garrisons in the south, so that if you capture Legrand, you have garrisons in place to continue pushing forward. However, that is the exact reason why you would then want to shift your attack up to the north. In theory, the opposing team wouldn't see it coming. Unfortunately, there is a number of coalition forces up there in the north already doing the same thing. Right. Getting down here, a little less than 15 minutes left. Seeing some parachutes. That's a supply parachute, I believe, so it's like somebody's looks like they're trying to get a garrison up over there. That's just northwest of Legrand. We could get a garrison up by that and that little creek bed there. find that 76 and see what he's doing. He's just peeking through the hedges, trying to see what he can see, hanging back a little bit, protecting his tank. Nobody wants to make mistakes at this point in the match. The 76 forward. I think he's going to push up into that little courtyard area. Do you guys have a name for that little spot? I know you guys like to have little names for little areas where people like to build garrisons, like Grandma's house and stuff. So that little sector in there, it's a little rectangle inside of hedgerows. It's a hot spot for garrisons and OPs because it's got so much cover. And they're going to push the 76 right into it. Just inching their lines forward, hedgerow by hedgerow. 12 minutes left on the match. Pushing the tank forward again. I'm not sure where HellBees tanks are at the moment.
Maybe they ran out of fuel.
Oh, that just makes things way more uncomfortable for HellBees. Now they know if they're losing their tank support, or at the very least, what did the 76 just get?
I think it was tank because there's a crewman there.
I wonder if they had just come out. Is that a Luke's?
That was a Luke's. Yeah, that was like.
Oh. Here and there's a bit of a tank battle. There's a P4 now. That's probably they're out of fuel, but they can still use the default tanks. Here and there was a Tiger destroyed. HellBees really having a rough go with their tanks. Having a hard time getting into good positions. So here you can see they're pulling the 76 back into that little courtyard. Yeah, we'll have to come up with a name. We're gonna coin the name for whatever we want to call this, and then all the others, all the other casters have to follow suit and call it that. Gumo Train's hideout. I like it. 76 over here in Gumo Train's hideout. Can't even say it with a straight face. He's taking some hits.
Is actually shooting at 76, gets 2 hits, but that one shot from 76 and it's over for the P4.
Yep, shooting him in the front at an angle, can't quite get the good shots on, and the P4 goes down. They are holding on, though. They are managing to hold on to Flooded House. They are keeping the coalition forces out. Wow! That was a fast shot. And a fast death followed up.
It looks like Legrand is being capped by HellBees. Or it was for a second.
It was fluctuating just a little bit. Yeah, it looks like they managed to slip in from the south. And you can see they're dropping supplies to the east of Legrand, so possibly looking to establish a garrison.
I mean, they do have the recon squad lead over there, but he is completely surrounded, and they most likely saw that supply drop.
Yes, I agree. Even if he gets the garrison up, there's too many guys close. It'll be locked up immediately. And then, yes.
Besides, he's locked in a combat right now, and he goes down.
Yep. So that little infiltration will be stopped. There's a little bit of flickering still on the ticker, but it looks like Coalition's going to pull back on Legrand. Here comes another Luke's. Sounds like the 76 is about to engage him.
That Luke's is fast there, so getting a shot on him is kind of hard sometimes.
I agree. It's really hard to hit a Lux when he's moving. them
he
rockets.
is dodging rockets.
I was gonna say it's not stopping him from trying, but he is playing some dodgeball over there. More rockets coming overhead. He can feel the heat of that too. He's not even slowing down.
That loose right there is a mission.
Yes, I think he's trying to help keep the pressure up on the Grand so that they can maybe. What did he get? Was that a truck?
No, a repair station.
Okay. Okay.
It was a truck.
Oh. It was a repair station, but I think he's taking the truck out now? No, he's just killing infantry. So there must be an OP there nearby. Just pushing right into the circle. They are starting to get the cap on now.
I mean, it's working. He is capping the point pretty much to himself right now.
Even if they stop him, he took out the garrison. There is no longer a garrison, so if they can take him out, they'll probably start pulling it back. But the longer he's there, the more time the HellBees have to push infantry support up to him.
Yeah, and
back over here at Flooded House, it looks like they had lost their garrison because they're dropping supplies there, so a little bit of a cap race. The HellBees are winning the cap race at the moment. We do know that Coalition lost their garrison.
And since it's their HQ, the last point, they cannot spawn on HQ right now as well to help reinforce the point.
Yes, that was interrupted briefly. They're pulling it back now so they can spawn again, but it's starting to look like this might be a capture for the HellBees. I don't think that they ever reestablished their garrison. They're starting to pull it back. It is just, I'm just sitting here staring at that thing. It is just back and forth, up and down. A lot of bullseye. Is that the 76? 76 goes down. The Luke's was destroyed by the 76. I'm sorry. So the Luke's goes down. 76 is still there. They are pulling it back. Here's Chris JT, right? Is that what it was? Chris JT as recon. Shooting people before I even see them.
Yeah, all I see is a blur on the screen.
I know, he's so suppressed, and it's, I don't know, it's a little laggy, I suppose, but I wasn't gonna comment on that. There is an airhead on Legrand as well as a 76, so we'll see how that goes. They can, if HellBees can get some big spawn-ins, maybe they can start swinging the cap back their way. Otherwise, having a 76 in the circle is going to add a lot of cap weight for the Coalition.
Yeah, as we have 5 minutes remaining now.
Yes, we do, which actually means that when the progress bar is completely uncontested and full, HellBees has 58 seconds to start this capture if they want to win this match. Not this. They have to start this capture and immediately start the capture of the next point when we hit 4 minutes.
Yeah.
I said that very confusing, but
yes.
Comes the bombing run from HellBees. That did take out a handful of the Coalition forces. I don't know if they got the garrison. Rockets coming back and forth. Some artillery coming down. Sounds like the HellBees airhead just got destroyed.
Yeah, why are people running in place?
Oh no. It sounds like there might be some issues with the server, but there's only 5 seconds. Okay. There is no longer enough time for the HellBees to win this match. It requires 4 minutes to capture 2 points, and they need 2 points to win the game. So that will be a victory for Bad Intentions and the Old Guard.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's still not gonna stop them from defending the last point, and
No. Nobody wants to get 5-0'd, so they're definitely going to fight it out, but all right. Well, let's just go ahead and enjoy the back and forth then. Let's perhaps the Hellbees can push back out though. Maybe they'll make it a 3-2 in the end. They still have another minute yet to start that last capture if they want to make it a 3-2. So here comes the 76 pushing right up the front door. A little bit of infantry support for him. Got some Hellbees going down. 76 is getting up in there a little deeper. Got some T-posing going on in the AT gun. A lot of artillery starting to come now on Flooded House, trying to take out all of those reinforcements coming in for the Hellbees. Does look like coalition forces are starting to push a little further forward. 76 taking some rocket fire. Here comes the bombing run. That looks to be a coalition bombing run. We got some infantry swinging around on the north side of Flooded House now. Starting to contest. It's only a minute 29 left on the clock, so nobody's going to be able to get any more captures. But we'll see how far the coalition can get this capture in before the clock runs out on this one. Yeah, let's go ahead and take a look at some POV views, get some good action here at the end of this match. Get him! Oh wait, no, that was a miss. That was a miss. Misses again. The hipfire sniper against the hipfire machine gun, and the sniper wins. I would never have guessed that that's how that would go down, but. One last tank battle going on here in the last 30 seconds. There's a 76 duking it out with a P4. Let's see if we can get some more good snipes in. Taking some shots from down the road. These guys, they're able to just like lock their shots in so fast. They're also really good with leading their shots too. I don't know if it's just a Hell Let Loose thing, because I used to be good with leading my shots, but Hell Let Loose is different than most games with where you lead with your shots.
Axel, is your clock? You're missing 30 seconds to your clock.
Oh, there was a 30-second delay because there's automatically a built-in 30-second delay. So there was actually an extra 30 seconds on the clock that we were off by our time a little bit, but there is. YouTube automatically has a 30-second delay built in. But anyways, so there is the match. Congratulations to the Old Guard and Bad Intentions for their victory. Good effort to the 250 HellBees. Thank you, Willie Man, for joining me for this. I really appreciate all your insight. And so with that, I think we'll call it a night. We'll catch you guys next week.